Okay, so for our project, you are going to have to create a brief scene, very short scene of mice and men that you think is vital to the understanding of the novel. You need to include at least one piece of dialogue. You need to have two characters interact, um, discussing something important, whatever you think from the novel. Pick an appropriate background, and then continue. We will continue the project after everybody's mastered these concepts. So this is just a brief introduction, basically, to Scratch for you. First of all, we've all signed up for Scratch already, so you already have your project. Your end product will look something like this here, where you have a guy, you have a background, you have a character they could talk to, and a little bit of background stuff. I put a tree there, and you've got your code there, your code there, and your code there. I'm going to start from scratch and go through everything kind of quickly. Just hit new project, like I showed you. But we haven't done much beyond that. So this is going to be really introductory. So first of all, you have to pick a person. So to do that, you have to go to new sprite. Let's use people. I'm just going to randomly use D here. And we'll get rid of our other person, our other little cat there. Next, you're going to have to pick a set of script to go along with this guy. But before we do that, let's see what other things we need. So we need to have a background for D to interact with. We got this background here, so you'd click on backdrop, right? You got new backdrop. To switch, go to backdrops, and then look here for something that you think fits. I picked this, so there we go. And then we're going to include a tree. That's what I had, so we got to go back and add another sprite. I'll go to things, and then there's a tree. So we'll just pick a tree. And then we're going to add in a mouse. So again, another sprite. Go and look at things and look for a mouse. Maybe animals. Look for a mouse. Double click, and there you go. Now we're going to program these guys all to interact with each other. So we're going to go back to D, right? And we're going to go to events up here. This is going to make anything happen when you click on something, right? So I have one click chosen. We're going to at least program D to interact with everybody. So you want to go to your control here, right? And this will be some of the things that we'll use, our if-thens. We're going to start actually with data. We're going to make a variable and call it choice1. What this will do, it will allow him to do random things, right? Based on what you choose. So we're going to put this choice1 up here. Then we're going to go here and pick random 1 through 10. We'll choose at the 1 through 3. What this is going to do is have him pick between 1 to 3 things to do. Why am I doing this? Because I want him to be able to say random stuff to talk, right? Now the X and Y coordinates tell the guy where to stand. If I move my arrow here, you can see down in this corner over here where the X and Y coordinates are at. We'll put him at 200, 114, okay? Which means that's where he's going to stand when everything starts, right? 200, what's negative 114, sorry. And then we're going to use these if-then things to, well, first of all, let's hit the green flag and see, did he go where I wanted him to go? No. So it was negative 200, see? So I'm learning as I go here, negative 200, 114. So let's hit the flag. There. Now he's standing kind of where I want him to go, okay? Now we want him to talk. That's the key thing that I want to get done, is that he can actually talk. So if you take your if-then and put this here, you're going to go back and choose if he does something, then something else happens, right? I'm going to choose this, which means if something in the first box happens, it equals some other response in the other box. I'm going to go back and take my choice 1, and then in the box, I'm going to put the number 1 happens, right? Well, what are we making happen? Well, we're going to go to looks. Even though you think sound is talking, looks is when you actually physically have the character say something. So he's going to say something here. So let's have him say hello to the mouse, or hey, where is George? Now, that's choice 1. Now, we need to make a choice 2 and a choice 3, right? You can always just duplicate these things. Duplicate. Duplicate. No, oops. Careful. You can, and be careful when you do it, that you don't do that. And then duplicate. Just drag it away so it doesn't get stuck in there. Now I made 3 of the exact same blocks, right? Well, we don't want him to say the same thing over and over again, right? We want him to say something different, and we want to change the choices. So we're going to go to choice 2 here and say, I lost my mouse. And choice 3 here and say, is this where I need to go? Now, what will happen is it's going to randomize the choices of what he says when he talks. Okay, so that's why we put all that in there. Now, we also need to have him move, or he's going to go at the start of everything. So we're going to go when this sprite is clicked, and this you can have him glide, which means like floats kind of instead of walking. This wait is an awesome thing. It makes him pause whenever he's doing something. And then we're going to have him say, hey, do you know about George? Now we're going to have him glide up to the mouse and do that. So we got to look for the mouse's coordinates, 34, negative 28. And let's test that and see if that works. So when I click on him, he glides up there. Hey, do you know about George? And that worked, okay? Now I'm actually going to go back and put wait a second after each one of these things too, just so it stays on the screen a little bit longer. See, so that's what that's for, is to make it pause and stay on the screen a little bit longer. Now I'm going to go to my tree, right? And the tree needs to be popped on the screen when that's clicked. I want to make the tree a little bit smaller, so I'm going to go to looks, and down here you have a thing where it can change the percentage. So we're going to set it to 75%. It's only 75% of its size, and it's going to go to wherever it's at right here, 130, negative 58. Let's see if that worked. Tree's a little lower than I wanted it to, so if you want to move it up, just go to like negative 40. Check it out and see. Okay, it's a little bit better. And I want to move the mouse down, so we'll go to the mouse and move him to 56, negative 80. So when clicked is what's going to get him to move. Go to, and we said 44, negative 74. Right? Okay, so now that's where it wants to go. So let's see if, all right, so if I click on him, does he walk over to the mouse? Yes. Got the tree there, got the mouse there, and that's pretty much what we need to have. I'm going to go back and re-show you this beginning script. And now your job today is to go and create this video. I will